Hi, I'm Brian Pfeiffer, aka the Marketing Meathead, and today we're going to look over Yelp's self-advertising new platform. All right, please read the disclaimer. We are not giving financial advice today, but I'm going to show you guys a new, I guess it's pretty new, the new Yelp system. They have now kind of like a self-advertiser platform. A little pre-frame about Yelp. I've used Yelp advertising, paid advertising, for a number of years, probably going on like 5 years now. And I'll kind of explain as I go along why I like some things about Yelp and some things I don't like. At one time, Yelp's advertising platform, they made you sign up for like a year. They stuck you into these like year contracts, and you know, it's kind of one of those things. Like, I like to test a traffic source first to make sure it's working, and you know, obviously run some traffic, and then if I get some conversions, then I know it's working. Well, Yelp would make you sign up for like a package. I think their lowest at one time was around $400 a month. And I tied into that package at least 3 times now. I've been tied into that package for a year, and then I've actually tried to cancel it early, and you got to pay these fees, and it's just a big headache. So I kind of stopped the advertising on Yelp about a year and a half, 2 years ago. I stopped because I didn't want to get tied into one of those stupid contracts. Well, I think finally enough people like me probably had enough of that crap, and basically we're like, we're not going to advertise with Yelp anymore. Who wants to commit to a year of something you don't even know if it works? So what they did is now they've changed the advertising platform, and now you have the option to kind of go in and just pay like daily, and you can actually see if it's working before you commit to any kind of. You don't even have to commit to anything long term, which is kind of nice. It's kind of like Facebook and Google, where you can just go in and buy your traffic daily based on your needs. What happens, in my opinion, if your sales guy calls in sick, and or you get overwhelmed with a ton of quotes off your website, for example. Some days you may want to just do like less traffic because you just don't have the ability to handle the amount of quotes or whatever that comes in. So as a business owner, you have to be able to control that, at least on the paid platforms, in my opinion. I mean, if you have a website that's generating leads and a ton of leads just come in one day off the SEO, well, that's not something you can really control that well. It's obviously a good thing, but the paid platforms, you should be able to go in and say, hey, listen, we're slammed right now. I can't take on any more business today because I don't have the sales staff in place to handle the volume. Then you go in and just cut off the ads for the day, and maybe fire them up again the next day or whatever. And obviously with any kind of traffic source, certain days of the week generally tend to convert better than others. We found on some offers on Facebook that they convert better on the weekends than they do during the week. We've run some pay-per-call campaigns for many, many years that only convert during the week because the call centers are only open during the week. So you have to be able to go in and move the traffic around, in my opinion. And I think Yelp finally has come around with a system that is more acceptable for that. Now let me tell you a little bit about Yelp and the results I've had from them in the past. So I used to own a party bus company in Chicago, and it was I had 4 buses at one time, 2 bigger ones like 28 and 30 passenger, and a couple smaller ones, a 22 and a 16. And I had a website that did well on ranking. We had a good SEO guy, and together him and I, with social media and stuff, we were driving leads through Facebook traffic, SEO, and then I used Yelp. Now Yelp worked really well for that company, so I had a lot of faith in Yelp going into the business that I'm in now. Just to give you an idea, I think I was on a $400 a month package, and generally I would get about a return on investment of around $1,000 to $2,000 a month on that $400 ad spend. So it was good. It was very profitable. In fact, at one time I even upped that package, and I think I was spending around $600 a month, and I was getting a nice return of probably $2,000 plus on the Yelp ads. Now, in the party bus business, people, especially in like Chicago, where there's notoriously been a lot of shady party bus companies and whatnot and bad experiences, people would go on Yelp to find like companies that had like good reviews, and advertising on Yelp on various different other limo bus companies and stuff. It seemed to work really well. Generally, when somebody found me on Yelp and I had, say, 15 5-star reviews, no 4-star reviews, all 5 stars, I had a nice looking Yelp. Generally those leads were very good. I mean, those people, like, when they picked up the phone to call you, like almost like 80% of the time you closed them. So those people, like, pretty much by the time they call you, have made their decision they're going to buy from you. So they were great leads, and they worked awesome in that industry. And I would definitely recommend, if you have any kind of a business, I know a lot of business owners watch this channel, and if you have any kind of a business, I would consider, sorry about that, my computer decided to go black, and I would consider giving Yelp a try, especially now that they have this new ad platform where you don't have to commit to any kind of long-term commitment. I'm going to walk you guys through the whole thing here in a second. And I do have another story. A buddy of mine, he owns a big plumbing company in Phoenix area, and I think he covers, like, Gilbert and Phoenix and Scottsdale and kind of the whole area. And he says Yelp does exceptional for him. He said he's got a plan that he spends like $3,000 a month. So I'm going to guess, for that particular industry, Yelp is just fantastic. People, they want to go in and make sure they're not going to get suckered, or pay over their amount that they should be paying for some plumbing work. If I have somebody coming in to do plumbing work, I'm probably going to look at a little bit of reviews myself, just because I want to know if, that person's reputable. I don't want to get ripped off. I want to make sure, plumbing is something that, like, you don't want to screw up. If your toilet, like, is leaking, the last thing you want to do is, like, go on vacation and have to worry about your toilet blowing up and leaking all over your house and ruining your whole house. So, I personally, if I was going to get a plumber, I would look at Yelp to make sure the guy's reviews were legit. So in that industry and in the party bus industry, Yelp is just absolutely fantastic. I would highly recommend advertising if you're in, like, any kind of home services industry. The party bus industry was another one. Anything that, like, where people, like, have had bad experiences in the past, and you hear horror stories, generally I think Yelp is going to be, like, a pretty good, a pretty good source. Now, here's where I kind of had to draw the line. I went ahead and, had faith in Yelp. I moved out here in 2013, and I kind of got my own business up and running pretty well in 2014. And, Yelp's got a pretty strong sales force, and they, hit us up, or hit me up, and, they were talking to me about running ads. So, just to give you an idea, I have one of my businesses has, I'll show you guys here, Yelp.com. So this is the business that I had when I still have it, obviously, but it was a business that I've had in Chicago for 15 years, and now basically I've been out here in Vegas full-time for the last 5 years, so it's been out here. So check this out, Surreal Nightlife and Bottle Service. This is one of my companies. 5-star reviews, 77 5-star reviews that are posted. I mean, that's a pretty dang good Yelp. I mean, there's not one single, like, non-5-star review here. And then there's a section down here, there's 33 other reviews that are not currently recommended. So here's another 33 on top of the 77. So I have 100 5-star reviews, okay? Pretty dang good channel. So anyway, I built this channel up a lot. Like, when I first moved out here, this was my only company, and I put a lot of focus on that. I always ask people for reviews after the weekends they spent with me, and I ask them, one of the things you want to do on Yelp, this is really good advice here, is that if you're going to ask for a review on Yelp, make sure that the person is a current Yelp user. The last thing you want to do is to go get people to just go onto Yelp, sign up for the first time, and leave you one review. They don't do anything with their profile ever again. That actually, I think, hurts you more than helps you, and those typically go into your, this area here where it's, the filtered out reviews. It's called 33 other reviews that are not currently recommended. You click on that, and you're going to see that these people have no picture, no friends. They gave me 5 stars and whatnot, and but Yelp just is like, dude, these are bogus people. Whatever. No friends, 1 review, 2 reviews. Most of these people are just like, first-time users, it looks like, and you got 4 pages of this stuff. So, I think these reviews actually, this is my friend Haley, I know most of these people, and I have Australian clients and whatnot, but these people, you can just tell, they went on, they signed up for one time, they gave me a review, and Yelp doesn't really look at that as a real, effective review, I guess. So I would always, one of the things I always do is I ask people, like, listen, are you a current Yelp user? And if they say yes, well, then I said, when's the last time you did a review? It was a month ago. Okay, well then, could you leave me a review on this page? That's one of the ways I ask for reviews. If they haven't ever left a review in the last, like, say 6 months or a year, then I say, listen, do you have a Gmail? And most people have a Gmail, and then I ask for maybe like a Google review. Now, if they don't have a Gmail, which some people do not, if you can believe that, then I go for a Facebook review. And if they don't have a Facebook, then I just say, well, it's not that big of a deal. Let's just call it a day. But I did sign up for a recent review system now called Trustpilot, so I don't even think they need to have a Facebook, a Yelp, or a Google, and they can still leave me a review with Trustpilot. So I got that base covered finally. Anyway, so this is that's one of the little tricks about advertising with Yelp. And another thing I wanted to mention is that I have a number of Yelp pages now. I have like 4 companies out here that I own. And what happened was, when I was running ads, Yelp was more likely to put a review on the page, and that's how I accumulated 77 here, which is a huge number. Now I have a couple other companies out here that I've gotten a lot of reviews from people, like good people that actually have like useful Yelp accounts, and I want to show you something here that's interesting. BachelorVegas.com, Bachelor Vegas. This is one of my other companies that we own, and notice here it's a big company and we only have 14 reviews. Well, Bachelor Vegas is actually quite a bit bigger than Some Real Nightlife when it comes to like web traffic and whatnot. Now, if you scroll down here to the bottom and notice that little thing here, look at this, 49 other reviews that are not currently recommended. So here's 49 5-star reviews, and now some of these are actually pretty good. Like I just saw one here at 179 friends. He's only put 1 review, but this is an active person here. Why isn't that one on the homepage? Here's another 5-star, 12 reviews. That's a pretty active profile. Why isn't that one on the homepage? Here's what I found out, okay? I don't know this exactly for sure because I don't know the algorithm, but Surreal Nightlife and Bottle Service, I advertised for 2 years on Yelp. I spent the $400 a month. I'll explain how it worked for me in a little bit here, but I spent the $400 a month, and I found when you're spending money with Yelp, they're a lot more likely to, when people leave you a review, to put it on as an actual review and not filter it down into that, the black hole down there where, it's not showing, okay? Bachelor Vegas now has 14 plus 49 filtered reviews, so that's almost 60 reviews, or over 60 reviews, and how come it's only showing 14? Well, I've never spent money on advertising for Bachelor Vegas, okay? So that's something you need to understand if you have a Yelp page, is that if you're not spending money with Yelp, there's a pretty good chance your reviews are going to go into that black hole of filtered events down below, okay? So just keep that in mind. All right, so I'm spending some money right now with Yelp, and let's go back into the advertiser platform here. Okay, so here's one of my companies. Oops, that's my business partner. All right, I might have to take this off here for a second. I don't want you guys to see my login information here. Give me 1 second. I accidentally deleted it. Okay, so now their self-advertising platform. Now let me tell you the results I had with them. This is the inside of the business manager. Okay, so it's biz.yelp.com. That's where the business owners go to keep an eye on their accounts. Let me tell you the results I had with Yelp. Now, mind you, I came from Chicago, had good results with Yelp and the Party Bus Company. One of my buddies has killer results in his plumbing company, spends $3,000 a month. So I had some faith in Yelp. I figured I'd give them a shot. They made me sign up for a year contract, so I gave them a full year with Surreal Nightlife and Bottle Service, and the results were terrible. Honestly, I did not get good results with Yelp. The leads that did come in were few and far between, and usually they were crappy leads, like people looking for guest lists. I do bottle service, not guest lists. They're 2 totally separate clientele. Guest list people are, people that don't have a lot of money that just want to get into the nightclubs for free. Bottle service are people that are spenders that want to spend money, and that's how I make a living, as I take care of those kind of people. So, I was getting a lot of the guest list type of people, like one guy wanting to go to a nightclub. I mean, come on, that's just a waste of my time. So, unfortunately, the advertising section didn't work, okay? So I said, listen, I'm canceling this, I got a nice looking Yelp. What did work with Yelp, and I did a whole video on this, I'll put a link to it above here in the card. And what did work was I kind of figured it out on Yelp, was that you know, the eyeballs were not going to Surreal Nightlife and Bottle Service. They weren't going to Bachelor Vegas. Nobody's really heard of those companies when they're coming to Vegas, but they have heard of like Hakkasan nightclub. They have heard of Omnia nightclub. They have heard of Encore Beach Club. They have heard of Wet Republic. So what I was doing, and I figured this out after about a year and a half, 2 years out here, is that instead of, since I'm a contractor with all those venues I just mentioned, and I'm technically legally allowed to work for them because I do have a Nevada gaming license for being an independent host. So what I started to do is I started to tell people, like, listen, don't leave a review on Bachelor Vegas, because most likely it's going to get filtered out because I'm not paying for, you know, traffic, okay? I'm not paying for, you know, the advertising on Yelp. Go to Hakkasan, go to Omnia, go to Encore Beach Club, go to Wet Republic, their Yelp page, leave me a review there, but don't mention my business name, because if you mention my business name, it's going to get filtered and they're going to take it off. But you can mention my name, say I'm a VIP host for Wet Republic or Encore or wherever, and leave up my phone number. And I started doing that a couple years ago, and it worked like a charm, okay? I was getting a ton of good leads from that. In fact, I still to this day get leads on a regular basis from that method. It's a killer method, and you know, it does work 100%. Now, in terms of like the paid traffic, okay, so now I'm into like year 2 here. I'm not advertising with Yelp, or I did a full year with them. I stopped for about a year, and then they came at me with another like new program that apparently made it so like instead of paying for impressions now, you're paying for clicks. Okay, that was their new system about 2 years ago. So it was a year with Yelp on their per M system, which is the per 1,000 impression system, which was terrible. Then they came back at me and said, hey, listen, we changed the system. Now you're only going to pay when you get a click. It's a pay-per-click type of system. You pay $400 a month, but you're guaranteed, you know, a certain amount of clicks. Okay, you know, they promised the world you're going to pay like $2 a click, which wasn't that bad actually. I'm thinking like $2 a click's not bad. So when I actually went and signed up for the package, I'm like, I'll give them another shot. You know, I still have a little bit of faith in Yelp from 2 years ago, or from, you know, 3 years ago in the Party Buzz business. And I gave him another shot, and you know, I started looking at the stats after a couple months of trying it. I wasn't getting a lot of calls, and I was very disappointed. You know, the cost per click was more like $6 or $7. Okay, it wasn't even like a good cost per click. And I'm like, you know, this sucks. Now I'm stuck in this thing for a year. I complain, and I was like trying to get out of my contract. It wasn't, I don't even think they let me out of my contract. I think I had to pay, I did end it early, I believe, but I had to pay like a penalty or some sort. And it was so bad. I mean, the leads, very few leads came in, and the leads weren't good. And so it was just another round of disappointment, basically. So then I haven't advertised on Yelp for probably about a year and a half now. So I've just been, you know, trying to build these up slowly but surely. You know, ask for review here, ask for review there. I'm still using my trick, having people review me on the nightclub and pool websites or Yelp pages. So you know, I just kind of let it go. Well, they hit me up again now, and they have a new traffic system. So let's take a look at this, okay? Going to Yelp ads here, and you can see like I have some activity here. And let's go back to the activity, and you can see like this is my activity prior to spending some money, and you can see it's like almost nothing, like 20 views. You know, nobody's really looking at this. 24 views, 46 views, January, February, 38 views. Now all of a sudden I'm getting 81 views. I'm getting, you know, 68 views. My forecast. That's because I'm spending money on advertising. Okay, so views don't mean jack. Okay, you need to get like leads, people picking up the phone and calling you. Okay. If they're not calling you, we're not making money. It's that simple. So let's take a look at this thing and show you how it works. And I actually have, let's see, special offer, get 150 in free Yelp ads, get even more out of Yelp ads for a limited time offer, increase your monthly budget. This is new, I haven't seen this. We'll give you 150. So basically what they're doing is trying to incentivize you, it looks like, to buy more ads. Okay, so like I think what they're doing is giving you, if you spend some money with them, they're going to give you an extra 150 as far as I can tell. Well, I'm going to cut this off live here because this isn't working, just so you know. Here's what the ad looks like. I'm going to say not now, obviously, because I think this is not working for my system. You can see here April 1st, I've been on here 2 days. I've gotten 2 clicks. They're claiming it's been $2.47 a click. Okay, we haven't got a single call. I set this to my sales rep's phone, and he hasn't got a single call from Yelp, and I have 4 accounts running right now. The girl that works at Yelp was nice enough to give me a like $100 like credit on each one of my accounts. So basically like $400 in ads. So I'm like, listen, you know, you're gonna give me $400 in ads. I'll do my due diligence with you and I'll try it out. She claims that they changed the algorithm now and the business information is under the specialties section here. See where it says specialties? She's claiming that the algorithm works off of this. And so what I did, I was thinking like, okay, well, I get good results when I have people review me on like, you know, the nightclub Yelp pages like Hakkasan, Omnia, etc. So I'm like, why don't I just put those, you know, those pages in my specialties section? So I did that. I put them all in here. I got Omnia, Hakkasan, Dre's, Light, Marquee, Tile, One Oak. Those are all nightclubs. Okay, those are all going to get eyeballs because people coming to Vegas have heard of those places because they're popular nightclubs and the big casinos. Nobody knows who Vegas VIP Services is. That's my company, but most of the people when they come to Vegas, they know these nightclubs. They've heard of them. Okay, Wet Republic, you know, they're big deals. Encore Beach Club. So I put that in my specialty section, thinking maybe the algorithm will put my ads on those, you know, on those venues and, you know, give me some traffic, and it hasn't worked. So let's just say it hasn't worked. So here, let's take a look at the ads here. Now it's asking me to do this again. I'm going to say not now. Here's what the ad looks like. Yelp basically pulls a picture out of your pictures, and you know, it shows that I got 5-star reviews, 9 reviews. So this looks pretty good. I mean, it's got a little ad symbol here, which makes people know that it's an ad. But it's got my phone number. You know, it looks pretty good. So, and it's got a little. This is what your actual ad looks like. So you can customize this if you want. You probably can change the you know, the lower text here. You can choose a photo, whatnot. But I don't know. I think this looks pretty good myself. It kind of draws attention. It's got the pattern interrupt of the black and white monotone, and you know, everything looks nice here. 9 reviews. This girl was skeptical, but Brian took care of my party, especially boom, boom, boom. So I think this looks fine. I mean, this looks like a good ad to me. I don't see anything wrong with this ad. I think it's probably going to work fine if this system worked right for this particular business. Okay. So let's see if we edit the campaign here. See, this is where like it gets. This is the new system here. Okay, so you can choose your ad budget. Okay, and now this is like kind of like serve how you want. You can spend you know, $10 a day, $15 a day, $25 a day, and you can set your own budget. You know, and then you basically just pay an extra $250 per day to enhance your profile. Apparently that gives you a 38% increase in leads on average. Removes your competitors' ads. So this is your business profile. You take your competitors' ads off your business page. Choose older photos and videos. Yeah, basically, yeah. And the prominent call to action button. So you pay an extra $250 per day average to get that. Yeah, so right now I'm at you know, $15 a day here, and it's just not working. Like we're not getting calls, we're not getting business. I've been spending $15 a day, and you know, it's just not working. But this is how simple it is. It's really that simple to go in and create an ad and choose your budget here. Of course, you got to put in your credit card. I would recommend you hit up Yelp, maybe ask for their sales department, ask them for their, you know, promo they got going on right now. They'll give you a $100 promo, and you can try out $100 worth of ads for free for your business. It's worth a shot. You know, maybe you'll get some calls, maybe you won't. I think if you're in the home repair type of business, you're going to get a lot of calls. I think it'll probably be pretty good, and you'll likely want to increase this budget and, you know, maybe play around with these numbers and see how it does. But in my business, it just doesn't work. I don't know. It just doesn't work for bottle service. For some reason, Yelp does not attract the clientele that I need for my business. It just doesn't. I tried it for 4 years now, on and off. This is my 3rd attempt, and you know, 3 different systems, and it just does not give us leads. It's unfortunate. I really wish it would. I really wish it worked for us. I think Yelp's a pretty good, you know, thing for different businesses, but it just doesn't work for us when it comes to generating leads on their paid traffic. Now, is having a Yelp page with good reviews good for your business? I think so. I have widgets on my sites that connect my Yelp, you know, my Yelp reviews to my website, and I think, you know, Yelp's good for that. But when it comes to the paid in this business, it's not working. Okay, that's it. So let's see if I can stop here. Yes, there's no commitment or obligation. Just come back to Yelp for the business owner site to stop your ads. Okay. Well, let's see how we can stop my ads here. I'm gonna I'm going to save my changes here and see if there's an option for me to stop my ads. I've never stopped my ads here, so it keeps asking me to spend more money here. If I commit to a certain amount, I'm going to get extra. Let's see if there's a place to end campaign. Okay, I'm going to end this campaign right now, and boom. Please let us know why you're ending your campaign. The cost per click. I did not get any customers from Yelp ads, so that's what I'm going to say because it's the truth. So I did not get any customers from Yelp ads. So let's see if that worked. I think I might have hit the button a little too fast and it didn't end it. Let's do it one more time. I did not. Next. Okay. Did you know ads drive 70% of your Yelp traffic? Yeah, okay, it's saying it drove 70% of my traffic, which is almost none, and I'm still getting no leads. So, no thanks. No, we're just going to end the campaign here. It's got a lot of pages here to increase your keep your advertising. Your ad campaign has ended. Okay, so it's asking me to keep my enhanced profile, $250 a day. No thanks. Don't want to spend that because I'm not getting any leads from this. And boom, I think I'm pretty much out of the Yelp advertising game. So, in conclusion, I would say give Yelp ads a shot, especially if they're giving you $100 worth of free credits. Give it a shot with your business, see if it works. It doesn't work for my business. I've tried it for 4 years now, on and off, and it just doesn't drive the leads for this business. I'm way better spending that money on Google AdWords or even Facebook ads. Google AdWords honestly works the best, hitting the terms like bachelor parties and bachelorette parties and VIP services. Those terms, when people are looking for those are buyer, that's buyer intent terms. I mean, bachelor party Las Vegas 2018. That's somebody coming to Las Vegas to do a bachelor party. That lead I want. That's a big money lead. Okay, and I'll pay whatever the Google AdWords rate is for that. If it's $6 or $8 per click, it's worth it because that's a good lead. Okay, this $2 or $3 for this garbage on Yelp, it's not worth it. So it is what it is. I hope you enjoyed today. I really tried to show you guys about Yelp. It's a very valuable training here. And if you do like what you saw, I would appreciate a comment down below. If you're a new subscriber, go ahead and leave me a comment below. I do answer every single new subscriber. Just hit the like button and subscribe below and say I'm a new subscriber. I will comment and thank you for joining. So go ahead and hit the subscribe button, bang that notifications bell, and the Marketing Meathead is out. We'll talk to everybody later. Thanks.